Welcome back guys to my channel, and thank you for dropping by. Today we're talking about another wonderful film, and that film is La Chimera. La Chimera is directed by the Italian filmmaker and director named Alice Rohrwacher. It stars Josh O'Connor, who you might recognize from The Crown, Carol Duarte, and many other wonderful actors in this cast. This is the story of a man and a group of bandit archaeologists, and their dealings in the black market of historical artifacts. We follow Josh O'Connor's character named Arthur, who has been seemingly recently bailed out of prison for doing, well, exactly that. We follow him throughout the course of the film as he goes on this journey, and I must say I fell in love with this movie. First of all, I saw this at an Italian film festival which was being hosted near me, and this was the opening film of the opening night. So my wife and I show up as though it was any other movie screening and realized that this was going to be a packed event because we were drawn to the movie specifically and not necessarily to the event in and of itself. This was a mistake because we were essentially the last two people to get seats in this packed auditorium. So we had to sit at the opposite front corners of this packed room. So this was not the ideal way to see this film. However, it captured me anyway. It is a film that has deliberate pacing that takes us on a magical journey, dabbling a little bit in magical realism, but the story really is quite grounded, but just with some elements of fantasy. I must say that if, when I mentioned an archaeologist going on an adventure, that you thought, oh, Indiana Jones, please don't go thinking that that is the vibe. This is a much more cerebral film, dealing with some deeper themes such as art, history, and culture, and how they interact together and what they mean today in our modern society, as well as greed and the colonialism of historical artifacts. Our protagonist clearly loves the adventure of and the craft of uncovering something that is thousands of years old, and clearly has reverence for it. Yet, for some reason, he is relegated to this criminal underworld of selling the things that he finds. He has a deeply special talent for it and also seems to be trying to fill some kind of a hole. This film comments on machismo, the failure of the free market economy, and what a more equal society really means when it comes to community and history and culture. The performances here are wonderful and actually quite naturalistic, even though there are moments that lean into a more goofy or absurd tone. Josh O'Connor gives a nuanced, layered, and gorgeous performance without saying much. And when he does speak, it's mostly Italian with just sometimes a little bit of English. The cinematography is especially stylistic in the way it looks. It is from a different era, from the color grading to the aspect ratio. It feels like it's from another time that hasn't really truly exactly been defined, and it works perfectly to set us into the ambiance of this world. It is a beautiful story that has a lot to say and manages to pack an emotional punch with a powerful ending that really puts the cherry on top of this sundae of a movie. To put the cherry on top of this review, I absolutely adored this movie. If it isn't evident, I highly recommend that you go see this when it comes out here shortly. I myself am really looking forward to rewatching it in a better context, as opposed to wondering what my wife is thinking on the other side of the auditorium and cranking my neck a bit to see the screen. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and also checking out my other videos on my channel. I do sincerely appreciate it, and let me know in the comments below, when you see La Chimera, what did you think of it? As always, if you enjoy this content, this video, other videos, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share it with your people, maybe? And of course, I will see you guys in the next video.